Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We're George and Martha.
Oh.
And today we'll be recapping The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Reunion Part 1. Now we abandoned this season. We followed it, but we abandoned the recapping because it was so insufferable. But just for you, we are going to cover the reunions.
I'm going to take a nap.
He'll say something. I thought we owed it to you because I know many of you have stuck with Beverly Hills and you'd probably like to see us mock them. So just for you, we're going to suffer through this.
Apparently Camille is good.
Yeah, well, they needed her. So they're trying to make this very dramatic, and that's strike one. I feel like Housewives of New York do not take themselves seriously, and this show is being very serious about itself. It's like they start off, they're like, it's Googling the reunion, and it's Anderson Cooper is FaceTiming with Andy, and they're talking about Lisa Vanderpump is not here. Ooh, dun dun dun.
Yeah.
And then all they can talk about is Lisa Vanderpump. And so I guess production's not happy with Lisa because they kind of really slam her by showing what she said about Adrian. They use her own words against her.
Yeah. And I was wondering though, so Lisa I think that was like what, season 3 in the flashback, Lisa mentioned they knew that she was going to be fired because she didn't go to the reunion.
Yeah. And so she was leaking stories that she was going to quit anyway.
And that's why she was fired.
She was fired for not showing up.
She was fired for not showing up. But do you think that would be the case with Lisa if she decided?
Nope.
No, it wouldn't.
No way. And Kyle's trying to make it seem like, oh, well, Lisa didn't show up and she quit because she knew she'd be fired anyway. Listen.
I don't think so.
Adrienne Maloof was never Lisa Vanderpump.
And that was the 3rd season.
This is now, years and years later, Lisa is very important to this show, and make no mistake.
She's the anchor.
If Lisa Vanderpump wants to show up anytime, anywhere, Bravo will come running. I do not believe for a second that they have any kind of leverage with her. I really don't. And I think that the ladies treated her differently than the situation with Adrienne. Adrienne was mad that it got out that she used a surrogate, and so she ran away. That's not what happened with Lisa Vanderpump. Lisa Vanderpump wasn't unwilling to show her life.
Mm-hmm.
She talked about everything.
Yeah.
What happened is somebody bullshitted this whole situation with the dog, and I'm not saying Lisa was blameless in that. I don't believe Lisa knew nothing about it, but I think Bravo set it up. I just do.
Oh, yeah.
I think Bravo started the dog drama because they have no storyline, because these women don't want to talk about their broke husbands.
And they're just so self-centered and so vain, you know?
And I think the real reason Lisa didn't come back has nothing to do with the dog thing. I honestly think it was their behavior when she was grieving her brother.
And then her mother recently died, too.
Yeah. I don't know if any of the viewers have ever lost anyone to suicide, but it is a very unique kind of grief. And it's happened to me twice. And I would really not appreciate it if I was dealing with something like that. And this gaggle of vapid bitches was just harassing the shit out of me over some bullshit dog story. And not focusing on the fact that, like, what's worse, that Lisa may or may not have let the story out, or that Dorit dumped the dog off. It was this wonderful woman said she wanted the dog, and then I had no idea it would go in a kill shelter. Okay. Where's this wonderful woman?
Yeah.
To this day, where's this wonderful woman? It's
you
all
would
about,
think.
Ooh, LVP took a lie detector test. Ooh, LVP did this and that. Where's the woman? Where is the woman? Where's this wonderful soul who left the dog at the shelter? Because what I heard was that the shelter called and said, a reality star just left your dog here.
No.
Yeah. That's what they said. That it was a reality star. That it was Dorit.
Oh, I didn't know
This whole thing is such bullshit. I'm just annoyed. And I'm not like a Lisa Vanderpump super fan who thinks she could do nothing wrong. Do I think that she's been kind of a producer like Bethany is? Yes. I think Lisa has done a lot of manipulative things, but Lisa is Lisa. She's a very important part of the show.
And she's not a bad person.
No, she does so much good things. This is so bullshit. They wanted to drive her off the show. It's so obvious at this point. when Andy's like, ooh, someone leaked a story to Radar Online. Andy's just mad that, first of all, Lisa beat him at his own game.
Yeah.
He's very bitter about what happened, that he couldn't rope her in. And he said himself on Watch What Happens Live that he regretted that he didn't let her take the year off. She wanted to take the year off because her brother killed himself, and he insisted, and he said that was a big mistake. That was terrible that he forced her to come back.
And you know what? He's paying the price.
You are, because this show's going to go downhill. They have nothing. So he's saying that a source close to Lisa told Radar Online, and Dorit's like, of course, no, Radar Online, oh, with her fucking Tin Man outfit.
But the thing on her head, is it just a bunch of
It's
clips?
all barrettes. Yeah, it's clips, like 90 clips.
She looks like a white Beyonce.
She's an idiot, is what she is.
She is.
Complete buffoon. But the source says that Lisa has been burned at the cross, stoned, blah, blah, all at once. And Andy goes, Dorit, what do you have to say about, Lisa saying you've been harassing her for 9 months? How do you harass someone you haven't had any contact with? Oh, I don't know. Talking about them nonstop on television, retweeting mean shit, lying. And then Erica says something about her being burned at the stake or being a martyr, and she's like, get off the cross, honey, we need the wood.
Which is kind of clever, but you can tell that she's been rehearsing that, and she's been so excited to use it.
And I didn't like Rinna's, ha! It sounded like a Halloween sound effect.
Well, those fucking lips.
What did Lisa Rinna do to her lips? I'm sorry, okay, I don't want to be superficial here, but her lip, she looks like she got another implant put in.
She did, and they'll probably just get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I ditched my hair this year, Andy. I can't.
I miss Kim.
I do too. Also, they all think that they're so special. Teddy's like, I'm convinced she's going to show up. She's going to make some dramatic entrance. And Erica's like, I will be really disappointed if some high drama doesn't go down. You know what? It's not happening. She has better things to do. They cannot accept that, Lisa. They're like the ex-girlfriend that won't let go.
Yeah. And then they have to show a little clip of Camille. I thought it was Camille for some reason, showing up.
Well, they're really lucky she showed up, because this would have been...
It already is. I yawned. We're 20 minutes in.
Then we get into the Twitter war between Rinna and Nicolette Sheridan, who was married to Denise's current husband. So they're all fucking Nicolette Sheridan by proxy, and Rinna claims that Nicolette Sheridan cheated on Harry Hamlin with Michael Bolton. Thank you, Michael Bolton! We wouldn't have our life if not for you. And Andy's like, people want Nicolette on the show, which I actually think would be a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Denise's husband was previously married to Nicolette Sheridan. That says something about her husband, because Nicolette Sheridan seems to be fucking crazy. So what kind of guy was married to Nicolette Sheridan? Pardon the noise in the background, it's the fucking cats.
Then we talk all about Denise, and I'm sorry, I think Denise is a really nice person. I do, but she just looks like a bloated hillbilly to me. Mm-hmm. I think she used to be really beautiful, and she is pretty.
You mentioned her drinking.
She looks like she has one too many of those Casamigos. She's just everything. Have you noticed everything she says? That's cute. Thank you. Cute. Yeah, guys.
And I originally thought that her constantly dressing down and acting that it was a shtick. She was trying to be different from the other women, but I just think that's who she is.
She even looks underdressed at this reunion. I don't know what it is that she just always looks like she just rolled out of bed. She looks like, oh shit, the reunion's today. Aaron, put my hair in a ponytail. She just always looks like, I don't know. Her whole thing wore thin with me.
That doesn't...
She always acts like she doesn't know what's going on. She's not in the drama. She's just... I don't know. There's something about her that doesn't rub me the right way. I don't know what it is. I don't care for her. I think it's just she doesn't bring anything.
I think my problem is you say, I don't care for her. I don't care at all.
Yeah. Well, then we get into how much she did for Charlie Sheen, what a wonderful person she is, which she is. She was very good. She took care of his kids that weren't even her own kids. And
what happened? So she didn't get any of his money during the divorce?
She chose not to. She took some, but not all. We didn't have a prenup, but I didn't take anything because I'm not like that.
Okay, he must give her money though.
No, he does, but he actually lowered the amount he was giving her.
Do you think it's because doesn't?
He's broke, but she also says she chose to be the better person and not take him to the cleaners.
That has nothing to do with being a...
I agree, and that I think that comes up later. She and Camille sparring about that. But, you know, hey, whatever floats your boat. I would have taken that 2.5 men money. You earned it. But they ask her about Eloise, and I feel like the other women don't care about Eloise.
Really?
They're making these faces that are so fake. She's crying about how hard it was. You know, she's missing a chromosome. And it is sad. And the other ones, like Erica's like, she was missing milestones.
Awful. She's awful.
As Andy said, Mrs. Wiggins.
Yeah. Do you think it's because she's adopted?
Eloise?
Isn't Eloise adopted?
Yeah, but she was born with a genetic disorder.
No, I know, but why do the women...
Oh, why do they frown on her?
Yeah.
I think they just don't care. You know, and they don't know how to fake empathy well. And I don't think any of them look good.
No, they look overdone.
I think Erica looks the most normal this time. I don't like the neon. I don't like their get-ups.
Well,
Dorit looks like the Tin Man. Tits on display. So we revisit the mammogram discussion. Okay, I guess that's an important topic. I did love Andy's balls in asking this question. He might as well have said, Lisa Vanderpump of Beverly Hills wants to know, Dorit, do your gigantic breast implants interfere in your mammograms?
That's a good question, though, isn't it? Well, to me it is. I don't know anything about boobs.
Well, as you can see, I don't have any implants.
She wants them.
No, I don't. Because I think Dorit's an idiot and they don't look good to me. I think Ramona's look better.
The Ramona's are on point.
Dorit is like, they always look gigantic? Really? She's so offended. Fuck off, Dorit. God. And then they get into their anxiety issues. And I was like, I have generalized anxiety disorder. And Andy's like, Teddy, do you guys ever go to therapy together? We've tried that. And they couldn't relax. It's kind of like he and I both have really bad anxiety. And we set each other off. Like one night, his fire alarm went off. And I became convinced that it didn't make 3 beeps. It made 4 beeps. And it wasn't detecting fire. It was detecting carbon monoxide. And I was like, you're going to die and all the cats are going to eat you. Like, he was like, Martha, we're not good for each other. We're not good for each other.
Like, if we ever smoked pot, we would have anxiety attacks.
That's why we don't.
We'd have panic attacks and be like, Martha, I really think you have a brain tumor.
We would set each other off. We'd be in the emergency room. They'd kick us out. We'd go back. I'm sorry. There's a new symptom.
Yeah.
There's a new symptom. Now I have a headache. It's
a
brain tumor.
The cops end up showing up.
Yep.
See, this would make a better episode of Beverly Hills than... This shit. Continue.
Excuse me. I just threw up. Andy says, so, Erica, what did you mean when you said all hail the new queen of Beverly Hills, Kyle Richards? She's like, well, she is the new queen. Look at her. She's the leader. Look who showed up. And Kyle's like, oh, no.
Don't say that. It's fine.
Don't.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, that's very sweet. You know, we realize it's like when these Disney villains win for a hot minute and they think that they rule the world, like Scar, like when Ursula gets King Triton's thing. All of a sudden, she's like, I am the ruler of the ocean.
And then there was like a whole song for Scar.
This is ridiculous. You're all on a fucking reality show. Nobody's the queen of anything. But if there is a queen, we all know who she is.
And her presence is felt.
It is. It's like she's never gone. It's like they cannot stop talking about her. And Erica, I see right through you and your pathopus bullshit. That was a dig. You so wanted to piss off Lisa Vanderpump by going, the new queen. Oh, please. And Kyle's no queen. Please. You know, when Andy opened the show, he said that they were the elegant ladies of Beverly Hills. Not a one of them is elegant. The only one who was elegant and regal and actually has real money, Lisa Vanderpump. It just annoys me. He's trying to mold them all into little Lisa Vanderpumps.
Not gonna happen. They're trash.
They are all trash.
Do your Joan. Trash,
darling. Trash. Do you ever see Joan Rivers on The Apprentice flipping out at Andy, the poker player? You're a poker player. You're people. They don't even have last names.
You have blood on your hands.
Yeah, your money has blood on it. Trash, darling.
I'd love to see Joan on this. She would fucking eat these awful people alive.
What a shame. They brought Camille out, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. At first, it's normal. They're talking about, Camille's marriage, and Camille is living in a temporary mobile home, and Andy's poking fun at her because he said, once upon a time, you thought a 3,500 square foot apartment in New York City was too small. She's like, well, I had an estate then. She was just laughing at herself about how times change, and now she's living in a 1,200 square foot mobile home, and how it's just different. And then all of a sudden he goes, how do you feel about Denise getting divorced? Because you both were with really high profile men and she didn't take anything in the divorce, but you took half. And she's like, well, I worked very hard. We were married for 18 years. We had many successful shows. And, I didn't sit around eating bonbons all day. And Denise is like, I was married just under 5. And it's just this little weird tension.
Well, I don't follow you.
She's like, oh, I don't really follow you much. Sorry. And she's like, you don't have to. It seems like the type of thing. It's kind of like when someone I've been in a fight with, like we aren't fighting and then we enter the same room and it's like, hi, how are you? What's it to you? It's like when somebody's looking for a fight. I don't know which one of them was the one picking it. It seemed like Camille was a little shady. Denise was a little shady.
They were both a little shady. But then all the other women were trying. Did you see Kyle's face?
They're all making faces. I think they all have a problem with Camille right now. And, Camille was a little bitchy in the last couple of episodes, but Camille is not wrong about a lot. Like Camille saying Dorit's broke. I don't know if you people are aware that Dorit's bank account's currently frozen, and Bravo didn't air the footage of when she was in the Bahamas.
Why?
And her business partner's friend chased her around the pool.
Why?
Called her a greedy bitch.
Why didn't they air that?
But Camille said it. Camille was like, you guys are broke. And so that's why everyone's mad. And Denise at the time was like, you're across the fucking line. You apologize. Cross what line? Cross what line? Dorit is a fraud. And none of them want to talk about their lives. And then Camille says it. Remember with Taylor Armstrong? But now we said it.
Yeah.
Remember, because Taylor would play these games, like he hits me. She's like, you tell us he hits you. He this. What is it? Because now we said it. And that's Camille's job right now. She's been Miss Truth Teller. And they all have a problem with her. Personally, I just want to say, raise your hand if you were married to an asshole for 18 years and you had scraped that asshole off the ground when he wasn't sober, helped him get a lot of success, and then divorced, and he had a lot of money, if you would take half. That's what you're entitled to.
And have
Everyone
kids.
knows. Behind all these powerful, successful men is a woman who busted her ass. Okay? Men are babies and they're narcissistic and they fuck things up, and there's always a woman behind them cleaning up the mess. And Denise is a lovely soul, but she deserved half of Charlie Sheen's shit. And I don't think it's necessarily admirable that she didn't take it.
And the fact that she said, I'm not a, what did she say?
I ain't a greedy fucking whore.
Was that a jab at Camille?
No. That was said long before any of this, but I guess that's the implication now. That Camille's a greedy fucking whore. Why? 18 years. And Kelsey fucked her over so badly.
Oh, on television.
You better take him to the cleaners. Are you kidding me? Just because he's the big name doesn't mean it's all money he necessarily earned. She's behind the scenes. So I don't know. This whole thing is weird, but it's going to get ugly. Aren't they grateful? And then they show them in the dressing rooms. He was like, I don't understand about Denise and the money thing.
They're grasping for straws.
And then Denise is like, what's with Camille?
They're just grasping for straws. They need drama, and they don't know what to do without it.
It's so I can't. I just can't. There's a comedian, what's her name? Heather McDonald. She does recaps of the Housewives with Barbie dolls, and they're really funny. I'll show this to you. You should look this up, guys. It's really funny. And I have nothing to do with Heather McDonald. I just find this very personally amusing. But the thing is, it made me think, the Beverly Hills Housewives really are like what my dolls would sound like my childhood Barbies if they came to life.
Yeah.
Denise kind of looks like a Barbie. Her face. Yeah. Those perfect little features. Yeah. Would talk like that. Yeah.
She looks like an alcoholic.
Oh, that's cute.
An alcoholic Barbie. Maybe she and Luann can...
Ken got HIV from hookers. All right, well, we are revisiting all the sex talk. Honestly, I'm no prude, but I found this to be really trashy. I don't have a problem with sex talk, a little banter, but the way Lisa used to do it was funny. Remember when Ken had surgery and she put her hand under the blanket? She's like, waking up now, darling. Yeah. Shit like that, but the way they're on and on and on, and Denise is like, I only mentioned his penis once. And then they show it. He has a huge fucking penis. I love your penis.
A lot of guys have big penises until the breakup. And then it's tiny. They did show the thing, though.
Yeah, apparently she posted a picture of him in bed where you can see it. I didn't even notice it. George had to point it out to me, and then I realized, okay, yeah, it does look pretty big. I don't care, though. It's like, how much time are you going to... I just... Maybe I'm just a sad soul.
I don't want a big... That would be very uncomfortable.
I think about all the things happening in the world, and, you know, there's a time and place for junk TV, but they're just, like, pure junk. There's no substance. Like, New York, they'll talk about sex. They'll talk about everything, including real life stuff. These women, it's all bullshit.
All bullshit.
And then the sex stuff, I didn't think it was fun. What I did find amusing, though, was that Denise got her husband a happy ending. Now, I kind of feel like the other ladies who think it's weird, I would never do that. I would never be like, oh, babe, you never had a happy ending? Let's go get you one. And then he was traumatized because he's like, you know, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad if she wasn't so old. She's like, yeah, she was like 100 and she was like 200 years old. Can you imagine going to get a happy ending and instead of it being some like pretty young girl?
I know a guy who went to get a happy ending, and...
I do too.
And I guess it was like a 300-year-old, but not only was she like jerking him off, she like took her top off and was like trying to get him to like... Anyhow, he was throwing up in the parking lot. And no, this isn't me. This is not me because I'm on so much medication I wouldn't be able to get it up anyway.
I know a really disgusting story about someone who went to get a happy ending massage and was not hygienic, and they like yelled at him.
Good! I would too. That's disgusting.
I would not be as cool as Denise. I guess Denise has gotten a happy ending too, and they were all horrified.
I didn't know that
was a thing. And then Erica's like, why y'all acting like a bunch of nuns? I don't think they're acting like nuns. That is pretty appalling. I don't judge anyone. I
do.
I'd be taken aback if you know, a female friend was like, I got a happy ending. I'd be like, oh, you did? What? And then they're talking about how big is it? And Kyle's like, is it as big as this? She's like, it's actually bigger than your shoe. What? And then she has to clarify that Aaron did not have sex with her, you know, as part of his job. He didn't like have a class with her and then take her into one of the rooms. And she said it was on a date and it was after hours. And okay.
I don't care.
Bored. Well, we're finally getting into the loosey-juicy meat and potatoes.
Suck my dick.
This is ridiculous. But Andy does point out that Teddy is an accountability coach, and she had quite the lapse. And I don't know about you, but Teddy's story really isn't making sense to me. And it's kind of reminding me of when someone killed their wife and they show you the 911 call, and instead of just being like, my wife is bleeding, come quick, they're like, I was outside smoking a cigarette and it was 10:52 and I walked inside and I went to go open the fridge and then I walked back in. It's like, wait, it's weird. She's over explaining, and at no point does she ever say that Lisa Vanderpump directly told her to embarrass Dorit with the dog that got dumped off. It's, I talked to John Sessa, and then I talked to John Blizzard, and it was multiple phone calls. And then John Blizzard would say, hold on, I'm talking to Lisa. And then they would say, I'm talking to John Sessa. It's a big, tangled web. And I remember when she pulled out the text messages and it was really, really cropped.
That was so weird to me.
Well, it was bullshit because when we saw the full text messages, she wrote, didn't Lisa tell you to tell me? And the next thing was, yes. But the yes was in response to something previous. And we all know, like an iMessage, sometimes you're responding to multiple things.
Yeah.
Like, he and I will text each other, and I'm responding to something he said 3 messages ago. So it was taken out of context. And again, I do think Lisa knew something was going to happen. But I don't think this entire thing was orchestrated by Lisa, and I don't think Teddy's being honest. And Dorit says, it was very hurtful to me when I realized you didn't back out of this thing because you thought, oh, I've gone too far. You only backed out when Lisa says on camera, stop. I don't want to talk about it. That's when you were like, uh-oh, I'm busted. You didn't want to carry the story alone.
Yeah.
That's when you decided to be honest all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I think Teddy's full of shit. I think Erica was right about her. I think Bethany was right about her. Bethany was tweeting last year, this Teddy is no innocent little baby deer, you know? And Erica said she's no fawn in the woods. She isn't. And I think what they did to Lisa was horrible. And I think they're all full of shit.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see the drama with Camille next week.
And Blanket is currently peeing in the litter box.
That's his cat.
And we feel similar about... That doesn't make sense. We're peeing all over this show.
I just don't see anything redeeming. I think that they're absurd. I'm sorry. But let us know your thoughts on this. I'm curious to see how many of you think that Lisa Vanderpump was treated unfairly. If any of you think, actually, no, I'm wrong. Lisa orchestrated the whole thing and it bit her in the ass. I just don't think so.
I don't think so either. But I also just don't give a fuck about any of these women.
I don't either. And I miss Lisa. The more that they show the flashbacks and she's not there, it was a big mistake. But you know what?
I do like that she's not there just because of these.
It's bothering them. But I do think, let's make a bet. I think Lisa will come back. Eventually. Like Bethany did. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think. We'll be back covering the rest of this reunion shit show. And...
Oh, it smells like pee in here.
Ta-ta.